Hello and welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. I'm Amy the Medium, and today we are talking about the Ace of Swords. The Ace kicks off the suit of swords in the Minor Arcana, and if you haven't watched my video about the suit itself, you should check that out. The Ace of Swords looks very similar to the other aces in the Rider-Waite deck. You'll see a hand coming out of a cloud holding a sword. At the top of the sword, you see a crown with some vegetation hanging off of it, and below the sword itself, you see some mountains. In the Minor Arcana, the suits themselves tell a story from beginning to end. And so the first card, the Ace, really is the beginning of a journey. Swords are about our thought process and our mental state. So the Ace being the start of something new, and the suit being about our thought processes, what it is a card that represents new ideas, a new mental state of being, successes, and even mental breakthrough. Perhaps you've had a block and you're breaking through. So that's what this card really represents. Looking in the symbolism of the card, it is rather straightforward, but we do see some of our common tarot symbols here. So the first thing I want to point out is the hand coming out of the cloud. This really represents the divine or divine intervention. So what it is implying is that there is a higher purpose or a higher power that is guiding ourselves in our actions with this card. Additionally, the crown at the top of the sword represents victory or success, as does the vegetation that is seen with the crown. As we know, to make things grow, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of nurturing, and here you see a vine with some fruit on it, so literally the fruits of your labor is paying off. It represents that those new ideas, those new thoughts can really bring success and fruition into our lives. Contrasting this very positive energy is the mountains that you see below the sword. Mountains in the tarot typically represent the challenges that we have to overcome. And in this card, you'll see that there is quite a mountain range below the sword itself. So it's letting you know that despite this new mindset, the new thought patterns, the new behaviors perhaps, there is still going to be a lot to overcome in this journey. But you're starting off with the air of success, and this is definitely a journey that will pay off. Now, the Ace reversed, if you do read reversals, doesn't necessarily mean that you're not thinking of new things. What it means is going inward and rethinking things. So if you've had your mindset about something, it's going back over that and saying, do I still believe this? Is this still something that suits me? So it's more of a reflection than it is a rejection. And it's not necessarily about new ideas, but it's about taking those ideas that already exist and rethinking them or reworking them. So when you see this Ace in a reading, you're definitely going to want to look at the cards that are around it to understand, where is this newness coming from? Is it being self-driven? Is it being driven by outside influences or others that are affecting the person that you're reading for? But overall, this is a great card to have in your reading because it definitely represents that there is momentum and there is forward movement, and it really points to new success with the new mindset. So that's this week's Tarot Tuesday. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.